They teach you, yes, library, internet, you get the information, you write exams, but you do what we call research. You must do research. You must go and find out solutions to a problem out there in the community. And we teach you how to do research. And our own faculty, staff, here at the university, we call them faculty, who teach in the university, teachers at the university, are a faculty at different levels. So the faculty are engaged in research, they do research, and also other people from the community. So today's research week has brought in people from different institutions and universities, and also brought in people from industry. If I may ask here, is there anybody from industry here? I had a friend yesterday, some of them are in other places. Those who are already running their own businesses, we bring them on board also as we do research, so that we find out solutions to what they are doing in their fields. So as research is done, and they go through a process, so you'll be listening to a report of research being done by one of the presenters today, who happens also to be a faculty member. She teaches at the university, and she's doing research. She has done research. We'll be listening to her presentation here. We'll be listening to what she has done, and the topic she'll be going through is effect of reverse logistics on procurement performance of small dairy farms in Kenya. Yeah? A case study of Palm House Dairies Limited. Palm House Dairies Limited, I think it's in Nyeri. Is that so? Where is it? In Nairobi. Oh, sorry. Palm House, what? So she's doing a study. She'll be sharing with us her findings on what she's doing currently. So you listen carefully. If I were you and I have a pen and a paper. Yesterday we did that. Oh, marketing team. Oh my goodness. Marketing team should have given these people papers before. The books and pens. They have their own pens, of course. So that you write down something. When you learn something, you write it down. And you can also ask questions. At the end, as the chair of this session, I'll give you opportunity. You can ask a question. What did you find? What do you mean exactly by this? Yeah? Don't fear, okay? The floor is open. Of course, for faculty here will ask questions. You also ask questions. And that's how we learn. At the university, we are all learners. Even the professor like myself. At the university, the highest level you can reach is to be a professor. The first degree, bachelor. Second degree, master's. Third degree, PhD, Doctor of Philosophy, which you now finish all the education. Of course, you begin knowing that you don't know much. When you reach there, you learn that you don't know much. You only know very little of what you have done, but you don't know much about other things. And it humbles you. It makes you feel more humbler, because you realize that there's so much to learn. You have only specialized in a special area. So you climb from a lecturer, senior lecturer, associate professor, to full professor. Then, as you are there, you are telling the story of what you have learned and bringing change in the community in terms of your area of specialization. So as we go on, that take much time. I'm taking this time because we have only one presenter. Some of you might be saying, why is it taking so much time? Why are we not getting on board very quickly? We'll get on board very quickly, by the way. We have only one presenter, so that's a blessing. It's also a lot of burden on the presenter, because she will have all the time, many questions. They will come, I'm sure. So listen carefully in what she's saying. And I'm sure she'll explain in such a way that all of us will understand. So that we are all at the same level. She's here with her supervisor. When you do research, we give you supervisors, somebody to work with you. So we have Purity Wachira Wangare with her supervisor here, Wycliffe Arani. The other supervisor, Catherine, is chairing another session. So it is the work of Wangare. It's not the work of the supervisor. It's the work of Wangare. The supervisor only to help in saying, yeah, have you considered that? Have you looked at that? What about if you put it this way? But it is Wangare's study. So we'll put our hands together to welcome Purity Wangare Wachira to come and make her presentation. You can see, ladies, all of you are girls from, yesterday we had boys, I think. Today we have ladies. You can see a lady like this one presenting. She's doing her master's degree. And soon she'll be doing her PhD to be Dr. Wangare. Karibu sana, Wangare. We'll give you Normally it's 10 minutes, 10 minutes presentation, but we'll add a few minutes to 15. Yeah? So that after that, we can be able to ask questions. Karibu sana. Do you need this or you have one there? Fundi Mitambo, is she using the other one or we give her this one? We give her this one. Here we are. This yourself?
Well, it's afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you? Well, I'm Washira Purity, and I am an MBA student doing a master's in business administration, procurement and logistics. And I'm conducting a study. This is an ongoing study, so I have not yet collected the findings. So I am doing a study on the effect of logistics on procurement performance of small dairy farms in Kenya. And I'm doing a case study of Palm House Dairies Limited. Of course, I'm not doing this work alone. So I am under the guidance of my two very good supervisors. That is Dr. Wycliffe Arani and Dr. Catherine Joki. So, before we even get to what reverse logistics is, I think it would be better, because I know those ones who are specialized in procurement, we are not so many of us here. So maybe it would be better for me to start by defining what logistics is all about. So when you hear logistics, or if I was to define logistics in very simple terms, it's basically the management or the movement of goods from the process when we unload the goods, the transportation of the goods, the offloading of the goods, and also the storage of the goods. And it's usually an entire process. So under logistics, we have two types of logistics. We have the forward logistics and we have the reverse logistics. So forward logistics is when we are getting the goods from the manufacturer to the end consumers. Just like forward, when we move forward. So you are like moving from the manufacturer to the end consumer. Now, what about reverse logistics? Reverse logistics is the opposite of forward logistics, and we also call it backward logistics. Maybe I can start by asking a question. How many of us here have taken a soda, the bottle soda, the glass bottle soda, and they have given it back to the shopkeeper? How many of us? How many? Nani wamekunywa soda hapa na wakarudisha chupa kwa nini? Kwa shopkeeper? Ah, very nice. I can see it's almost all of us. So, and I am also sure that wherever you are, or even as you're walking along the streets, you tend to meet some packaging, some plastic bottles. And I don't know whether you have ever asked yourself, what effect will that, or what effect will the organization, or what benefit will the organization get by taking those packagings back, maybe recycling them, or doing waste disposal, so that we can prevent all this littering around. So as you think about that, then I can simply say that all of us has, all of us have, we have probably identified with reverse logistics at one point or another. Because when you take that bottle of soda back to the shopkeeper, there is a return, or there is a practice of how that bottle is supposed to go back to the manufacturer, or how that bottle is going to go back to Coca-Cola. So that is what we call reverse logistics. So the process or the management of goods now from the end consumer to the manufacturer. Either it could be due to defects, or either they are being taken back for waste disposal, or probably they are being taken back for recycling or reusing. So when you hear me talk of reverse logistics, that is what it's all about. Now, we have various studies that have been done under reverse logistics. So we have had studies that have been done in Europe and as well as in US. And when you look at reverse logistics in Europe, you find that mostly it's usually driven by the regulatory factors. So we have government regulations, like the Europe wanasema, like once you are done with this is how you are supposed to dispose of, or it is the responsibility of the organization to ensure that the final products, once the product has finished its useful life, it's the responsibility of the organization to know how it's going to be disposed of, so that we can avoid all that littering. In contrast, when you look at the studies that have been done in the United States, you note that most organizations that have adopted reverse logistics, they have done it due to profits. What they want is to maximize on their profit. However, when you look at most organizations in developing countries, they have not adopted reverse logistics, and it could be because of various factors. Because reverse logistics by itself is a cost. So you may find that some farms in developing countries, they have failed to embrace reverse logistics because they do not want to incur the initial cost of reverse logistics, or because we do not have stringent regulations that direct us on how we are supposed to perform it. On the statement of the problem, so we look at what exactly am I trying to address by doing this research. What is it that I am trying to address? So we have various studies that have been done, like what I have talked about, internationally, regionally. We have seen other studies that have been done in South Africa, and etc., etc. But when you narrow down to Kenya, you find that we do not have a lot of studies. We have some studies that have been done surrounding reverse logistics and organization performance. That is the entire organization performance in public sectors. But we lack sufficient research that have been done under reverse logistics and how it affects the private firms. So what I'm trying to do, or the gap that I'm trying to address here, I am addressing a knowledge gap. Yes, so I am trying to address a knowledge gap. So I have 4 research objectives where I'll be determining the effect of product repackaging on procurement performance. I'll also examine the effects of returns management on procurement performance. I'll assess the effect of waste disposal on procurement performance, and also evaluate the effect of recycling on procurement performance. So my research is going to be based on, yes? Okay, well noted, Prof. So my research is going to be based on 4 theories. That is the green marketing theory, the transaction cost economics theory, the economic efficiency theory, and the resource-based view theory. So that is my conceptual framework. You should be able to see it from your screen. So that is clearly trying to show how my 4 variables, my dependent variables, relates to my dependent variables. So my independent variables are product repackaging, returns management, waste disposal, and recycling. and how they influence procurement performance. So of course, now the question will come, how am I going to be measuring my procurement performance? So I'll be looking at the quality, the cost, and also the customer service. So under research methodology, I am doing a descriptive, I am going to use a descriptive survey research design. And I'll also take a qualitative research approach where I'll use questionnaires to collect data. And my target population, I will be doing a census because I will be working with farm house dairies, and I will be looking at 61 employees. So a census means that I'll be giving questionnaires, or I'll be collecting data from all the employees, which who include the top management, procurement, finance, operations, sales, production, logistics, and also the distribution department. So for validity and reliability, I am going to use a pilot test so that I can make sure that I am getting valid results. And once I have collected my data, I use the OLS multiple regression model to determine the effect of my independent variables and what effect they have to my dependent variable. Now, as I conclude, we may ask ourselves, what impact will this study have? Number one, what impact will it have to the industry? What impact will it have to the education sector? And what impact will this study have to practice? So my research is going to impact the industry, number one, on sustainability. So if, hypothetically, if reverse logistics, hypothetically, have a significant positive effect on, have a significant positive effect on the performance, then the industry can adopt it, maybe when it comes to reduction of wastage, also promoting sustainability, competitive advantage, and also organizations can consider to embrace the best practices and adopt the best practices so that they can improve their procurement performance. On the education sector, how is this research, or how will my findings have an effect on the education sector? So we can use those findings to come up or to develop a curriculum, and also in developing skills. So maybe different education sectors, they can consider developing programs and courses that revolves around reverse logistics that we are really lacking right now. You will not find universities that are offering courses on reverse logistics. Yes, we have seen that it can really have a positive impact to our industries and also the environment.
From your study, because the studies are not just for the elites, the university curricula and so on and practice, but it should also help the consumers of the products. This is a dairy company, and I'm bringing the question of quality now, because you've said one of the performance indicators, the independent variables, is quality. You know the quality. How would you measure quality so that all of us who are drinking the milk from this dairy company can say, yes, it's quality milk? Thank you.
Okay. Prof, what you have asked me is how will the ordinary mwananchi benefit from my study? If I was to answer that, first of all, if you check on recently, even as consumers, we want to have a kind of a process where we can be able to return our products in case of we discover any defects. So if organizations decide to adopt and embrace reverse logistics, it is going to become quite easy for us to return our goods in case it becomes very easy for us to return our goods just in case in case of any defects, and that one gives more confidence to our customers.
You mean milk? I bought a packet of milk that is made by this dairy company.
Yes.
And I realized this milk has a fly in it. Mm-hmm. Can I return it?
Yes.
Is that practicable in Kenya?
It should be. That is why it's an ongoing study. So by the time we are done with the study, we'll be able to answer whether it is practically possible or not.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, I want to open the floor. Any questions, comments, clarifications that you need from Purity? Students, you're also there to ask questions. If you can ask a question, very good. Malim is here. Yes. You say your name and what you teach for the sake of the students.
Yeah, my name is Samuel Chege.
Stand. It'll be good for you to see Chege is not seated.
My name is Samuel Chege. I teach human resource management in the School of Business. I'm looking at your topic, and I asked myself a question. Your respondents are from one institution. And if they practice reverse logistics, then the responses that one person gives and another one gives, I don't expect them to give conflicting information if institutionally they have been doing that. And if it is the performance of the procurement, then those that are in the procurement docket, they are the ones who can be able to tell whether reverse logistics has an impact on the performance of procurement. So I was thinking, is it possible to generalize that reverse logistics have an impact on procurement performance if we only deal with one institution? Suppose you had dealt with several other institutions, then maybe that information could have been used to generalize, and you say, this is now the way to go. Thank you.
Thank you. A question and a comment, but you can take several, isn't it? You want to answer that first, or we can take two more?
Fast, eh?
Okay.
Yeah. So when you look at my topic, it is reverse logistics and how it affects small dairy farms, and how it affects the small dairy farms. So that is why I decided to take one farm and do a census on it. And when you look at the people who are employed there, most of these people, because the dairy farm is more about, it's not just about milk, we also have yogurts and etc., etc. So you'll find that the larger part of the population that I'll be interviewing, I will be giving questionnaires to, they are mostly people from logistics, because they are the ones who are taking the milk and the yogurts from one place to another, and also the operation department. So I can confidently say, or I can say, that the findings that we'll get from Palm House dairies, they'll be a good it will give a good representation to other small dairy farms that we have around.
Okay? It's a case study more or less, but applicable. Let's get more questions. Yes? Yes, Mwalimu there. Oh, from there, okay, student there. Then we have Mwalimu Irungu here. Yes.
Okay, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
I'm Clinton Yamolo, taking actuarial science. And I have a question here, which is kind of disturbing to my side. And the question is, as the presenter was stating about the reverse logistics, she mentioned something about the disadvantageous part of reverse logistics, which is hindering the developing countries. So my question is reverse logistics more helpful to the developing countries, or it is a burden to the developing countries? Because for me, I feel it's like a developing figure to the developing countries, since you find that the developing countries, their companies are kind of small, and they get it difficult to maybe fetch raw materials and then come up with maybe packaging items. So, to me, I feel reverse logistics is more beneficial to them. Yeah. So, can you maybe add more knowledge or wisdom to it so that I can understand it better? Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
you got the question. You want to answer that also?
yes,
Okay.
kindly.
You got it?
So just maybe to understand your question better, you asked whether reverse logistics is more helpful to the developed countries compared to the developing countries. No, that is not what I want to mean. What I meant was that reverse logistics has been embraced more in developed countries compared to the developing countries. And what I stated was, for instance, when you look at the statistics and the research that has been done recently, most, especially in Kenya, 80% of the manufacturing firms, they have shied away from adopting reverse logistics. Now, not because it is a disadvantage to them, because number one, it's because it is a cost, the initial cost of reverse logistics, and number two, because we do not have really set regulations or guidelines on how we are supposed to do them. But if we were able to adopt reverse logistics, that is hypothetically, if after I do my findings and I find it that it have a positive impact to the manufacturing industries, then adopting it, then the initial cost versus the profits that you will get afterwards, then hypothetically, I'm hoping that it is going to have a positive impact to the manufacturing industries.
Okay. We have a question here. Maybe finish there and then we bring it here. Yes. And you don't put it very close to your mouth. A little. Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
I'm Rep. Korabella Brian, currently taking a bachelor degree in actuarial science, Zetech University. Our presenter mentioned that one of the methodology that he used to maybe carry out the project was research, was OLS, ordinary least square. So how do we expect, by what percentage should we expect maybe our should of R squared, or by what percentage do we expect the independent variable that included in our research to explain the performance of this research so that we can be convinced?
Come again.
You said that one of the methodologies you can run a linear regression model. So I was asking that by what percentage should we expect that your independent variables that you included to have an impact on the dependent variable so that we can be convinced on your case study. Thank you.
Okay, because my co-author is here.
It is your study and you are made with the presentation, just answer as much as you can. If it is something you'll find out, you can accept, it's something to consider.
It's just that, Doc, I'm not really understanding the question exactly what you're asking.
Be very clear. Is it the percentage that will give confidence that this reverse logistics is making sense and therefore is impacting performance? Is that what you're asking? Percentage of respondents or yeah? Yes.
Thank you so much. My name is Dr. Wycliffe Varani. I'm heading security. That's a very valid question, but at this level we cannot be able to answer because it's a proposal. When she'll go to the field, she'll collect the data and then analyze the data. Then she can be able to say how much it can be able to contribute, either positive or negative. Thank you so much.
Does that answer you? Yes, she's yet to go. She's in the field, actually. She's in the process of being in the field. Thank you. The next one, let's bring it here before we go back there. Let's come here, come there. I know there are a lot of questions being raised here. It's a very interesting area. And we'll also come this side. Think of one question.
Thank you, Prof. My name is Eric Kirongo. I teach international relations and diplomacy. My question to Purity, first a comment, you've done presentation very well, came out very clearly. I just want you to walk me through, and of course the audience, the problem. And why it's Palm House Dairies. Why Palm House Dairies and not any other dairies? What exactly is the problem? Because I'm just looking at the case study selected, and I'm thinking there must be a problem. And connect that with then, in terms of reverse logistics, so what is coming back to Palm House Dairies? Thank you.
Good. You got that one now?
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Reverend, for that question. It's a very good question. So, you have asked me to clarify more on my gap. Yeah, so what I said is that most of the studies that have been done, we have seen most studies done in public organizations, like in county governments, but we have not had studies that have been done in private farms, and most especially in the area surrounding the dairy farms. And therefore, I found that it was important for us to be able to fill that knowledge gap. I found that the information was not sufficient enough, because most of the information that we have is from the public sector. We do not have sufficient information from the private sector. And therefore, I decided to narrow down to Palm House Dairies. And now, the other question you have asked is why I decided to choose Palm House Dairies. One is because they deal with reverse logistics, most of it. Like, for instance, when they take their milk to be consumed, for instance, in hospitals, they usually take their milk in hospitals, and also their yogurts in hospitals and in hotels and etc., etc. So you will see that effect of reverse logistics when they are bringing back their bottles for reusing and recycling, and also in the instance where, for instance, something is delivered, maybe the yogurt was delivered and it was spoiled. There is you are going to find that there is a process that they use to get their milk and their yogurts back. So that is why I decided to settle down on Palm House Dairies. And as I said, I'll be conducting a census, and my assumption, because of course in a study we also deal with assumptions of the study. So my assumption is that the findings that I'm going to get, they are going to be a representation of other small dairy farms, yeah, especially in Kiambu area. Yeah.
Yes, thank you for that answer. Because
Hello?
the question is why this particular farm? And you said you've answered it very, very well. Any other questions?
Yes,
Yes, yes, back there, right. Madam.
Yes, good afternoon.
we have an online question kindly. There are-
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Hilda, and I happen to be teaching the same area as Purity. So my question is Purity. You've talked of, developing countries not really implementing or embracing reverse logistics. Do they really have a choice? Because I imagine like reverse logistics is sort of a must. Do they really have a choice? And do they have to wait for legislation for them to implement reverse logistics? Because I suppose that they deal with repairs, recycling, returns from customers, and so on. So do manufacturing firms in developing countries, do they have a choice in terms of implementing reverse logistics?
And as you answer that, is there legislation that requires that these firms must have this policy in place? Answer, please.
Okay. And because Madam Hilda, that is very good. She's my senior. So, and now because we teach in the same sector, what do you think? Do you think that these firms, just allow me, she's my colleague.
Answer from your paper, because we are poking, we are trying to improve your paper, so you need to answer from that end.
Yeah, I would want her to add her she's from the field there, from our area.
Yeah.
So I want her to add, some inputs.
She will add inputs, but for now the question is yours. You say it's something you are going to investigate, and you can see her behind the tent, and that's the best thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Right.
So she has asked whether the industries or the organizations, whether we really have a choice there. Well, they should not have a choice. But then I am going to answer that question together with what Prof have asked, whether we have policies that have been set into place on reverse logistics. We do have, but only that they have not been clearly put into place. So, or maybe they are very ambiguous. They have not been really been put into place very clearly. So maybe if the government was to be a bit more stringent, then I think it would be better. And now I would ask, because it is a conference, I would ask Hilda to give us her inputs on the same question.
She will.
Yeah.
She will, but not now. Let's go on fast. Key thing about this area is more or less it touches on consumers' rights. You know, if you buy a product and this product does not meet your expectations, in that it's either faulty. I know the electrical products, they normally say once it leaves the shop, don't return it. But there should be a policy where companies should be compelled to be able to take back their products once they are not meeting the genuine expectations of the customer. You know, this in developed countries is very, very straightforward. The policies are very, very strong. Even if you need a nice dress and you saw it in the shop, and you buy that dress, and you realize that you go for, some people used to be notorious. They buy and go for a wedding with a dress, and come back and return the shop and say, what? This dress here does not, the color does not suit my family. And they will accept it back as long as you have not soiled it, you know, and so on. So. But here, I think in developed countries, that's an area that even Mwalimu here, who is an expert, should be able to say, what happens are the consumers, they have right. If I bought yogurt from a shop, and that yogurt from this farm is gone sour, you know, do I have the right to return it? And am I protected to return this? And so on. Those are areas that are very, very interesting, and probably your study will address that. The other question I want to bring is, in relation to today's conference, you know, we have been talking about the conference using AI. Do you see AI coming in here to improve performance through this reverse logistics? is there a way you see the farm getting in here? Maybe it's an area that you might want to mention now or to incorporate in your study. How these farms, in your recommendations, how AI can come in terms of this area of practice. Do you want to comment on that?
Okay. The entire research conference was about artificial intelligence. I can say that it should be incorporated when it comes to reverse logistics. So that if, for instance, if I find a packaging here, I should be able to simply know where it came from. Or the AI can also be able to track their products from the manufacturing to the end user, so that they can also be able to track them back in the reverse way. So maybe that's a recommendation that can be done after we are done with the study. Yes.
Right. One more question, and then one more question, because time I can see is not with us. Yes, Mwalimu. I don't know how we are doing with the time because of the other activities.
Thank you. It's not a question but an addition, and I think I'm just doing a follow-up of what my colleagues have commented. I think you need to look at your key informant, the 61 employees. My belief is that the information that you are looking for will not be found by the normal employees, it's management. And with that respect, then you need to expand your scope from one company, probably to a county or to an industry. That's all.
Okay, that is well noted.
Yeah? Yes, Mwalimu there. More question? Yes, sir. Anwashira?
Excuse. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
My name is Samuel Kariuki Washira. Thank you, Purity, for your wonderful presentation. Mine is simply a comment regarding some of the citations that I've seen there, going back to 2012, 2015. I think we can do better by giving us some more recent ones. And then the other issue was on operationalizing your variables, and especially the dependent variable. I've seen we have issues of cost, there was quality, and something else in there. So I want to believe that going forward it might be very, very difficult for you then to be able to measure this procurement performance by having to consider the cost, the quality, and I can't remember the third one. So possibly it would be important and good if you choose which indicator to use, either one or two of them. Thank you.
Right. You want to comment on that?
That is well noted.
Okay.
Excuse. Kindly, there is an online question. People who are attending online. One of them is asking, how can AI be integrated into procurement process to enhance decision making and efficiency? And the second question still goes, what are the challenges of implementing AI in small-scale farms in Kenya, and how can they be addressed?
Okay, you got that. Did you give us your name at the beginning? Yes. Oh, from Fundi Mitambo. Did you give us your name?
There was a mic issue.
Okay. You got the questions? Can you repeat real quickly? And a little bit louder.
I'll just go ahead. How can AI be integrated into the procurement process to enhance decision making and efficiency? What are the challenges of implementing AI in small-scale farms in Kenya, and how can they be addressed?
Okay, I have heard the first question, and they have asked how AI can be incorporated, in increasing procurement efficiency. How AI can be incorporated in improving
How can AI be integrated into procurement process?
Yeah, and I think that we had already handled that one with Prof. And we said that one is going to be an area maybe of recommendation for further studies. And we said that it will be a very good area of further study, because once we have incorporated AI in our packagings and etc., then the manufacturers will be able to track their products until the end life. And once the end life of the product is done, they can be able to trace it back to the organization. So that one, I would recommend it to be an area of further study.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Unless there's any other question, I think we are coming to the end. I've seen our DVC is already here. It means the time is getting there. I know the supervisor wants either to ask a question or comment. I'm sure you may want to comment. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Purity, for the good work, and the participants. I think you have raised a number of issues which we are going to incorporate in the study, especially the scope. We appreciate. Maybe we'll open up to go to industry, maybe a survey, not one. We appreciate that. The other issue which came out about whether we have legislation on reverse logistics. As a country, as per now, they are there, but they are not followed. From when you do analysis, when you review literature, I think that is where the genesis came from. That question is about you develop your case to support your study. She said very well that literature available shows that in developed countries, they have really embraced reverse logistics. And there are several reasons why you can have reverse logistics. There are a number of reasons. One, it can be for recycling. The other one can be reuse. The other one can be disposal. The other one can be damaged goods. The other one can be in correct order. There are so many issues. But in developed countries, companies have yet to embrace those reverse logistics. Because of that, and that is from the other scholars, she's trying to study and find out what might be the reason why we're not able to. Otherwise, issues which were raised from the panel were very objective, and we appreciate that going forward, maybe this should be the way to go. Otherwise, thank you so much. Prof.
Thank you. I'm sure she has opened our eyes a little bit on her study, and there's still work to be done. And as we've seen, this is a new area that will help all of us. And one of the things, the recommendations about policy issues. You know, that's why you'll talk about policy of implementing this policy of enforcing reverse logistics. When goods are not good, you're bought, you can return them without any problem. And they should be accepted if they are not damaged by you. With that, I want us to applaud our presenter with three factorial. Yeah? Let's begin. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Thank you so much, Charity. Thank you so much. Good presentation. Members, I think we have come to the end of this session. And maybe I'll ask the DBC if she wants to just say greetings. She can say greetings to this, our prospective students and candidates and our own faculty who are here for this session that has been very, very exciting with the presentation by Purity. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you so much, Professor Kibas, and thank you so much, Purity. I think I met most of the faculty in the morning, but I am seeing our young, beautiful ones from Dururumo. Dururumo is in which county? Laikipia. It's in Nyahururu. Okay. In the early years of my university education, in 1990, I used to go and get my boom from Nyahururu town. So you can get the county I come from. So when I saw your bus, I felt as if, this is home. So it's very nice to see you, and I could see how attentive you are, because this is what you expect at the university, where we do critical thinking, right? Where we analyze real factors. How many of you here are students of business? Students doing business studies? You students doing which courses, basically? What is your computer science? Oh, good. So most of you are computer science students? That means artificial intelligence is your field. And you start thinking about it now. And in 2 or 3 years, by the time you join the university, artificial intelligence will have moved to the next level. So start thinking of what you will do in the field of computer science, in the field of artificial intelligence, and how you're going to make your mark. I like seeing girls in science, and I can already see the girls. My colleagues, can we clap for these girls? Girls in science. When you come over and join Zetech University, we'll tell you to join a body that we call Women in Tech. Women in Women in Technology, and that is my field. My name is Professor Alice Juguna, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academics, Research and Student Affairs. Happy to be with you.
Deputy Vice Chancellor, clap again. Deputy Vice Chancellor, number 2, the CEO, the Deputy CEO. So ladies, can you see the position? Wow. And soon, and very soon, God willing, she will be the CEO. I've not said that. We have come to the end, and once again, when I started, I said, you are welcome, students. And when you talk about computing, computer science, international relations, any other field, business is always there. Because you cannot make IT products and you don't sell them. And who sells them for you? You need a marketer. You need an accountant to count your money and keep your records. And you need a transporter who will transport your products. Wow. So all disciplines or areas of specialization, all subjects are interrelated. Business is the center of everything. Somebody will say something else, but I want to tell you it's a center. Even the clothes you wear, you know, they were manufactured somewhere else. Somebody had to think about a factory. Somebody had to get the cotton, get the factory, buy equipment, get the money, use that, borrow from the bank, do the factory, employ people, pay salaries, and get the clothing done. And somebody had to transport them, and somebody had to keep them in a shop. So when you go to the shop, you buy them from the shop. That's business. So all things are surrounding or related to business in one way or another. So without overemphasizing that, I want to appreciate each one of you. I can see a few colleagues coming in now. And soon we are getting closer to closing this particular function and week. I know the coordinators are here. I don't know what they would say next. I want to hand it over to Barak here, our coordinator. Okay. I'm being told our special guests from Thompson Falls. That's in my head. Still there, I'm sure the DVC knows it was Thompson Falls and the Ruma High School. I'm being asked to request you to walk quietly and go and see the exhibitions. Some of the products we mentioned, that this week was exhibitions of products, different products, manufactured, some of them by our own students, and interesting stuff there. So it makes your visit complete. So you can walk, get your exercise, the book you have, you are given, just walk quietly and go and join the rest. Otherwise, we want to wish you well. Greet your parents. If we don't, you come back, we don't see you, and make sure that this is your university. Thank you. God bless. I was not told anything else. I think, say, we clap for ourselves as we sat there. Clap for ourselves. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. As we wait for further instructions.
All right, good. Is it good morning or good afternoon? It's already afternoon. To our Chancellor, our Vice Chancellor, our Deputy Vice Chancellor, members of the UMB, members of the Senate, researchers, faculty members, students, staff, distinguished guests and sponsors, service providers, and everybody else, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I know it's almost lunchtime, but honestly, I'm sure you have some bit of energy, isn't it? Give me the energy. Good afternoon. It's been a long week, but a week full of learning, a week full of networking and sharing of insights. And I hope we've learned, we've shared the experiences, we forged partnerships. I was talking to one of the faculty members here, Dr. Chege, and she told me, John, I have a very good partner that I'm going to bring on board, courtesy of this conference. Interestingly, Professor Gitau is here. Professor Gitau met somebody from Kipra, and Kipra, as you know, is the think tank for the government, isn't it? That person was struggling because he was writing a paper on e-mobility. E-mobility. And we just met when we were having lunch. So that gentleman is very happy that he came, that he also met Professor Gitau Kamau. Now the work of writing that paper on e-mobility is halfway done. And many other networks that I know you have formed. Those are just a few of the ones that I have gotten to learn in the course of the interactions. If that does not happen, of course, then you cannot consider that this event or this gathering was successful. So we are coming to the tail end of this program, and we have decided to bring it a little bit earlier so that you can also free up your time so that you can go and attend to other activities. And if you are not in a rush, we have a very good campus hangout happening. In fact, we have been telling them, hold your mics. The scholars are still around. So after this event, you can go and dance, join our students. Isn't it a nice way to end the weekend? Yeah, I can see a lot of you nodding. So you are welcome to join that event and be with our students in that event. So maybe I will just break a bit of protocol because I can see we have some closing remarks here. And I would want to invite one member of the community to tell us, because I have seen him here since the conference began. He has been around here with us. In 2 minutes, tell us what was his experience in this conference. I think he's the first one he's attending for the university, and he has been a big supporter of our community. You know I'm referring to you. Come, tell us who you are, what you do with the community here, and what you've learned. You can do that in 2 minutes.
Thank you, Bwana John. All protocols observed. I'm humbled by you giving me the opportunity. Allow me to say what I've made an observation since I got an opportunity to interact with Zetech. It is, you are truly community-centric. I think you can give yourselves a clap. And you are people-centered. You are truly community and people-centered. And I've been in consultations with John and Mary on some of your programs. And I like the way you have embraced the community participatory approach, especially on the availability of your conference rooms. Regarding this conference, I'm very happy to be part of this. This is my first to be officially invited. I think sometimes others will get crushed. For this one, I got officially invited. I was able to invite other participants. I was able to bring other exhibitors. And they were very happy to be part of you. And one of the experiences I've learned is the opportunity to network with policymakers. Like when Madam Rebecca came, some of the exhibitors I brought were able to exchange ideas and realize that there is a possibility of partnership between government and the SME, courtesy of this particular conference. The other one I learned is that your selection of your topics, where we are going into the future is top-notch. Why am I saying that? It's because I've just come from a conference and we are talking of green jobs and green opportunities. I'm in that space of renewable energy, dealing with biogas and briquettes as a greenpreneur. So when you're talking about artificial intelligence and application of that in green jobs, what I've decided is that I will go back with my partners and incorporate that in our business plan and also in our company profile. Because nobody has ever taught me or told me that AI can be applied in green opportunities. So we have gone for many conferences. I'm hearing it for the first time. The possibility that AI can also be applied within the green space. So my take home is that knowledge is dynamic and is progressive, and we need to involve more SMEs to be partakers of such. And maybe moving forward, also my way forward, how do we create partnerships on specific areas of interest? Like now me, I'm in the space of renewable energy. How do I partner with Zetech in that particular space in the area of AI, and also setting up like a prototype project that we can showcase in terms of that? My niche market in that, as I finish, is that I believe in businesses we need to help our indigenous SMEs create a niche market. In the space we are in renewable energy, especially in biogas, we want to create a niche market where we even integrate circular economy in the whole concept and using AI. So I think I'm very happy for that, and we are going to continue collaborating, bringing more SMEs on board, and more so we look forward for the Inua Biashara program. Asante Bwana John.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chege, for that. He has been a very great supporter. I think he deserves a better clap. He's been, yes. He's been a great supporter of this university. Every time we have an event, he shows up. And not only that, every time there is an event in the community, he invites us to participate through our campus director, Dr. Buta Mwangi, and sometimes he reaches out to me and anybody in the university. As we told you, the university is here to serve the community. If we have no linkage with what you are doing as the community, we will have failed as an institution, and we are very happy that we will continue working together in that area. I think it will not be proper for us to wind up, because I noticed very robust participation of our students in this conference. I have not seen it before. I think Madam Vivi said, this time around it was top-notch. Our students not only showed up, they participated. When I was speaking to Oliver Madenge from Nation, he was saying, I can't imagine I was getting those kind of questions from your students. Very high caliber. So I would want to invite one of the students in a very, in a brief manner to come and tell us what was their take home in this. Did they learn something? Why is that student from engineering who was being interviewed yesterday? I've seen him around. I've forgotten his name. I've seen him around. The guy who was being interviewed yesterday? You are here? Come and talk on behalf of comrades. Yeah, tell us what was your experience. So I'm told from now you speak from the podium, so please take it away from the podium.
Yes. Hello everyone. Backbenchers. Menyamaza. Okay. I'd like to take this opportunity and thank each and every one of us who have participated in this event, and more so the institution for the opportunity that they've given us to showcase what how we've been applying our skills now to the real world. That shows that it's not only a matter of learning at Zetech, but it's also a matter of applicability of our skills, and not only to whatever we have, but also even in the future domain. And it's a very also good opportunity for the students to also interact with the seniors in the industry. So that also builds our capacity as students, not only to know that we are only learning, but to know that we can also be in the future spaces where our seniors are. So, and it's also a great opportunity because at this place we've networked with people from different disciplines. So we are able to incorporate different knowledge into our domains. So, and also the issue of jobs, of which the Gen Zs, we are more so concerned about. Most of us have networked with the staffs in different domains, and we've gotten opportunities. Myself, I also like to thank the institution. I've built a face recognition system, and without the support of the institution, it will just be another fancy technology in my place. So it's an opportunity for me to say thank you and foresee even many more such platforms for us, the students, to interact with the professors and other people in different domains. So that will be my most gracious remarks. Thank you. Okay. My name is Mike Francis Nganga, and I'm an electrical engineering student, hopefully graduating this year. Because I'm saying hopefully because next Thursday I'm having my NEC exams because I'm doing diploma, so that's why we know NEC. Yeah. But I have hope because my strength comes from above. So my invention is on face recognition system. I'm trying to do away with the manual ID cards at the gate. So we have cases of students missing exam. Myself, I've been a victim of it, but I've missed classes back when I was in module 1. But I also encountered a friend of mine who missed a NEC exam because of not having his ID in the morning, because we usually have a 30 minutes buffer to play with, but now by the time he went home and come back, he had already missed the paper. So that is the solution that I'm providing. And with the face recognition system, it's a machine learning based system, so it's up to the top-notch tech that we are embracing now, which is the AI. And that is what I'll be implementing with the help of the university that they have given me. So that is now what we are working on, and there are many more inventions that are coming. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. He says NEC is NEC. NEC is? I don't know what that means. Maybe Madam Lynette can tell us, saying that NEC is NEC, but well done. Yesterday, what he's not telling you, it was the first time he was conducting a media interview. So he came and whispered to me, I am ready, but now how do I tell the people of the press? You know, but he's such a fast learner. I just gave him some tips, and he did extremely well. So that's the caliber of the students, and that is the promise that we are giving, and we shall continue giving our students. We will give you the opportunity. The stage is yours to grab. The stage is yours to grab. Do not sit and wait. This is how successful students do, take opportunity, and we give the platform, and we want to assure you that we are going to continue supporting you in that. Just before I invite Madam DVC, these gentlemen, you know, holding the cameras and all that, I feel they have done a wonderful job. So one of them can just say what's the experience, even covering the CAs, the whole event, using the university equipment, and all that. So isn't it? It's good to hear from them. So we'll ask this one here next to me. He's about to run away, but just on behalf of your colleagues, what was your experience?
Hello, my name is Onsare Peter, and I would like to say that it has been very eventful, and we thank you so much for allowing us as students to cover and trusting us to cover these very big events for the school. Thank you so much, and we're always looking forward to being included in productions for the school. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So this is a service we have been outsourcing for a very long time, but nowadays we are doing it by ourselves. We want to thank the management for providing these equipment. I am told they are quite expensive, but most importantly, the faculty for preparing these learners and giving them an opportunity to handle and even stream live. For the first time, we didn't have, you know, that negative feedback we have online, just a bit of it, but it has significantly improved. So we are better off working amongst ourselves. So well done, Team Elliot, and the entire team, including the guys who have been supporting us. So without further ado, I now want to escalate the program very quickly, and want to welcome our DVC, Professor Alice Juguna, to make her remarks, and as well invite the Vice Chancellor after that. So let us join our hearts together to welcome our Deputy Vice Chancellor.
Thank you so much, John. Our Chancellor, Professor Susan Alfano, our Chancellor, Professor Susan Alfano, our Vice Chancellor, Professor Jenga Munene. Today I'm confused because I'm very excited. Our deans present, I can see Professor Kibaz, Professor Owen, Dr. Engineer Gikaru. I can see our registrar. I don't know if our COO is here. I can see my colleagues, teaching staff. Teaching staff, can you wave back to me? Because this was our week, and it was glorious. Thank you so much. I want to appreciate you all. Our students. Let's wave back, students. And by the way, today, members, we had students from high school. You have seen them. We have diploma students. You have just seen Mike, who's saying he's doing NEC. We have degree students. We have master students. And we have PhD students gathered in this room. Oh, the brains. John, I'm sure when you're standing here, you could feel the brains. Our teams that did a lot of ushering. I can see Tekla there, Kibet, the entire library was here. I can see Julian, the entire registry. The marketing team, John and your team, you are all here. At one point, I saw our director, Digital School, going to man the equipment the other side. Our teaching staff, the papers were great. The questions answered were just truly good. At one point, I met one of my HODs, and he was so excited to introduce to me his twin brother. Kanye, are you here? Where is our twin? Where is he? I think I need to bring Kanye and his brother here. Just come. Just come. Because this was a research week with a difference. You'll tell me which one is Kanye and which one is a brother. Just say hi. I want your brother to tell us his experience here.
How are you, all of you? My name is Mwendi. I'm the twin brother to Kanye who works here. Thank you. Good morning, members. Something that you do not know, I have a twin brother, though I'm the elder one. I'm told I'm the one who came out first. And according to our culture, I'm named after my father's father, and then he's named after my eldest, the elder brother of my father. So we don't separate according to our culture. So we had a paper to present together. We came together, and today he has answered a lot of questions from my colleagues and asking him, what are you doing outside? A lot of questions. I also received the same from his colleagues. In fact, at some point, somebody stopped me in town, and he could not believe that I'm not Mwendia. So for him to release me, I told him, so you have Mwendia's number. Call it, see whether it's this one that will ring. And then it rang and Mwendia picked. And that's how he believed. So that is the issue that we have. When we were young, actually our mother normally gets our albums and asks us, identify yourself. We are not able to. We are not able to identify ourselves. So that is how close we are. We have been together. And today I brought him to see where I joined this year. And he is happy, and we are happy for the Zetech community. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Candy and your brother. I'm introducing Zetech as a family university, not just a community. Thuku, you can see how we are. We are bringing our brothers. So you can imagine, if you can take care of our own brothers, can we take care of you? Abi Murage and your sister, are you here? Abi, are you here? And your sister? Is she here? Please come. Let her come. I just want to tell the community here that whether you are a student, this is your university. Bring your siblings. If you're presenting a paper, bring your siblings. And Abby, the Muragas even have a child with them. So Tatuko peke yetu, Abby, just say something.
Good afternoon. I am glad to be in front of you today. This is my sister. We were presenting a paper together on how we can use GIS in planning tourism resources. Maybe she can say.
Hello everyone. My name is Cecily Murage and I'm a tutorial fellow at Masai Mara University and also a PhD student at University of Nairobi. I presented a paper alone and we presented another paper together. We've been working very closely. So when two brains are brought together, they come up with a very wonderful thing. Yes, thank you so much. And thank you also, Zetech, for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Esther, our research director, you can see your work. We are talking about artificial intelligence, and we are saying that artificial intelligence is programmed through human brains. So when you see two brothers coming together to come up with a paper, what do you expect is the future? When you see two sisters coming together to present a paper, what do you expect of the future? So, ladies and gentlemen, I really want to appreciate all of you. We are coming to the tail end of our 6th Research and Innovation Week. Our 6th Research and Innovation Week. This is the first time I am seeing a lot of students standing up, a lot of faculty standing up. Some of our faculty members were saying, it's also my first time to present. And I can tell you now there is no going back. The minute you do your first paper, that opens the boundaries for you. A few others came to tell us, this is my master's paper, this is my PhD paper. I want you guys to help me to shape it. But more so, the innovations that we saw out there from our students. Brilliant minds. Brilliant minds. And for me, it was very exciting. It's the first research week where we have our chancellor. Professor, VC, you can say that, see that, isn't it? The very first, and she sat through the presentations, and she asked questions, and to me, that is community building, meaning that this is a university that is really going places. So from Monday to date, we've had master classes. We've had very many people talking to us, from Absa Bank, to ICA Lion, to Safaricom, to Microsoft, to many other people. There was Meta, and they took us to South Africa. My colleague Roy, I don't know that you've come back. Roy went on the metaverse. He has not yet come back to Kenya. He's still traveling. We saw a lot of good innovations. You saw the tuk-tuk that has finally evolved and is about to fit the market. We saw a lot of the cables that were generated by Mudungu. We saw students coming up with systems for teaching CBC, the geography students, and a lot of other innovations that we saw out there around climate change, around AI, and the circular economy. Surely. Someone had asked me a few days back, what is tech about Zetech? Engineer, what is tech about? Zetech. I am sure this week we have managed to answer a lot of those questions and we can see exactly what is going on. So, and Esther tells me we haven't finished. From tomorrow we start preparing for the next conference. Tomorrow we start preparing for the next conference. We start following up on some of the connections that we made. I've had John talk about some of them. We made a connection, for example, with Ajira Digital, and many others were saying, we did not know where you are hiding. We did not know what you actually do. So we've been able to have a very good time, very innovative, a lot of good papers, and I'm sure our publication will be coming up soon. So I really want to appreciate you, and to just reiterate the words of the conference, innovate, disrupt, regenerate. Can we say that again? Regenerate. Thank you so much. At this juncture, I want to invite our Vice Chancellor, Professor Jenga Munene, to come and give his closing remarks, and thereafter invite our Chancellor.
So can members of the organizing committee come forward? All the members of the organizing committee? Can all the members of the organizing committee come forward? are not sure. You know, I want to say something. But then, Murage, your sister may not know, but you know. Murage's father and myself were classmates, but not me who employed her. So I call her my daughter. We were actual classmates. And he was our librarian when we were in A-levels. And we still retain contacts many years later. Now, the reason why I called this team here, I'll probably want to move this a little bit. Can somebody move this on the side so that it's not obstructing? Nobody should sit behind. Yeah, the podium can be behind. So I want to begin my statement by saying that every time you see something successful, there are many hours that are put when people cannot see. So you get what we call private success before public success. And these are the people who have spent many hours of private success. Every time I am leaving the office, Rosa tells me we are going for a meeting. So I have no words to thank this team. So can you stand and give them a standing ovation, a real nice clapping, continuous until to choke. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. May God bless you. Asante sana. May this remain the spirit of this university from now on until the end of time. Be blessed. So, Madam Chancellor, Professor Susan Alfano, the DVC, who was the chairperson, the members of the organizing committee, members of UNB, our distinguished guests, our students, our researchers, our presenters, our chairs of sessions, our presenters, the keynote speakers, everybody who has been busy, the ushers, the exhibitors. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. As we come to the end of this conference, I want to believe that all of us have innovated, they have disrupted, and they have regenerated. Because this is essentially what we are doing for the circular economy. I hope each one of you had an enriching time, and I stand before you with a heart full of gratitude and full of pride. I have been very, very impressed myself by our students. I have been very impressed by our faculty. I have been very impressed about the choice of the people who have been doing the presentations, the keynote speakers. I have been extremely impressed by the Chancellor to be here from Wednesday and attending sessions. So, Madam, can we give the Chancellor a hearty clap? So I extend my deepest appreciation to the Research Secretariat for the impeccable organization of this week's event. Your tireless dedication, meticulous planning, seamless execution have been the backbone of this success. So, Esther, tunashukuru. We really thank you. Can we give Esther a hearty clap? So for me, this week has truly showcased the heights that can be achieved through collaborative efforts and shared vision. To our partners and sponsors and exhibitors, the Nation Media Group, the Japanese Society for Promoting Science, the Global Tourism Resilience Center, Kenya Climate Innovation Center, Microsoft, Meta, Intel, PAID, TechWin, ICA Lion, Ajira, Circular Innovation Hub, Konza Silicon, Absa Bank, Huduma White Box, Ecotourism, Kenya, ICT Authority, Zone 1 Kisumu, and many others, all had unwavering support and have been very instrumental in bringing this vision to life. Can we give them a clap? Zetech will remain grateful eternally to Honorable Rebecca Miano, the immediate former CS of Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, for gracing our occasion of opening the 6th conference and the Innovation Week. It was a great honor, and at Zetech University, our prayer is that her star will continue shining even as they await their fate after the changes announced yesterday by the President. So can we give her a clap in absentia? By the way, she's a very accomplished lawyer. She's an extremely accomplished lawyer, and her certificates are authentic. As you know, some of us are holding certificates. We are not sure that we can say, this is mine. So in a special way, I want to thank the chairman of BOT, Engineer Ken Buki, who graced the opening and has been in the forefront in providing this beautiful infrastructure. Can we give him a clap? A special mention goes to our incredible students. Your enthusiasm, your curiosity, your active participation have been the soul of this week's conference. Seeing you show up in such large numbers, eager to learn and contribute, has been truly inspiring. You are the leaders. We are not talking about tomorrow. You are the leaders. Let nobody call you future leaders. You are now the leaders. You tell the president to sack the cabinet and he sacks them. So you are not leaders tomorrow. You are leaders today. You are leaders, innovators, and change makers. And this week has been a testament of your potential and passion. To the keynote speakers, the panelists, researchers who presented their work, your dedication to advancing knowledge and solving real-world problems through innovation is commendable. We are proud to be a platform that supports and celebrates your groundbreaking work. As we conclude this week, we eagerly anticipate the comprehensive report, Madam DVC, that will capture the essence, the outcomes, and insights of our discussions and discoveries. But more important, in my view, is it possible for us to be able to influence policy from all those things that were said in this meeting? Let us soar like eagles, ensuring that none of us behave like a crow. You know, crows fly around eating garbage and those kind of things. Let us ensure that we soar way above everybody else. In closing, I want to thank each one of you for any role, big or small, including your presence here, for the participation, for the enthusiasm, and for the contribution. Let us carry forward the spirit of innovation, and we continue to explore the limitless possibilities of artificial intelligence. I think the limit of artificial intelligence is the limit of human capacity, and for me, the human brain has 9 billion neurons. 9 billion neurons. If you take the letters of the alphabet there are only 26 and you cannot finish the computations. The numbers are from 0 to 9, but the numbers of computation are impossible to deal. So what kind of computation can you get with 9 billion neurons? All the best, and let us grow AI. It is my singular pleasure to welcome the Chancellor to make her comment and close this engagement as we open for the new session. Welcome, Madam.
Vice Chancellor, Deputy VC, Conference Organizing Committee, that was absolutely great, all of you. Students, guests, as we draw the curtains on this week's am I okay? Okay. As we draw the curtains on this week's Research and Innovation Week, I stand before you with a deep sense of pride, and I really mean that. I'm very proud of what took place this week, and it's all because of all of you. Over the past week, we've witnessed a remarkable convergence of minds, ideas, innovations, all dedicated to our theme this year: innovate, disrupt, regenerate, unleashing the transformative power of AI for a circular economy. It fills me with great joy, and this is very true, great joy, to see how you embraced AI and the power it offers education and skills training here at Zetech University. This week has been a testament to the incredible potential that lies within the Zetech community. From the insightful welcome addresses and the keynote speech by the Ministry of Investment, Trade, and Industry, to the engaging discussions and presentations, we've woven a tapestry of knowledge and inspiration. We explored thematic areas through panel discussions involving a wide range of expertise. Each panelist opened our eyes to new and exciting opportunities integrating AI into our university teaching and experience. We also had breakout sessions in the key thematic areas with over 50, or probably even more, presentations of research findings and research design concepts. These presentations by students and faculty were rich in content and so promising. I'd like to highlight the takeaways of each of these breakaway sessions, but we would be here all night, so I'll just leave it at that, but they were all outstanding. Congratulations to all the participants, particularly our student innovators and researchers. Your passion for advancing AI and finding sustainable solutions to waste management, green energy, solar power, clean water, and much more is truly commendable. The Startup Innovation Fair showcased the incredible talent. All right. Is it okay? Yeah. The Startup and Innovation Fair showcased the incredible talent and entrepreneurial spirit that thrives within our community and beyond. Your efforts not only highlighted the importance of research and innovation, but also demonstrate how they can be harnessed to address real-world challenges and drive economic growth. AI is not new to Zetech, but it is now blossoming and growing. A special thank you goes to each of our speakers, moderators, panelists, and research presenters. Your expertise and insights have enriched our discussions and provided valuable perspectives on how we can leverage AI in the Zetech curriculum and the ways in which we can be preparing our students for a future that will advance technologies to foster a circular economy. What's all that? Oh, okay. All right. But can you hear me now? Oh. All right, sorry for that. We're also grateful to our sponsors, partners, and again the organizing committee for their unwavering support and commitment to making this Research and Innovation Week such a success. As we conclude this conference, let's take with us the knowledge, connections, and inspirations we have gained. The journey starts here. It's our collective responsibility to continue pushing the boundaries of AI in education, innovation, and research, and to collaborate across disciplines and engage in meaningful ways. By doing so, we can ensure that the transformative power of AI and other emerging technologies are harnessed for the betterment of society and the environment. I'm thrilled that an AI course for faculty and students will soon be introduced at Zetech. It's my hope that everyone at Zetech, teachers, students, managers, administrators, will engage in this course. I also hope that Zetech will soon introduce an adaptive learning platform powered by AI that will personalize your learning experience, improve your student performance, help faculty automate grading and feedback, and streamline administrative tasks. Faculty, I encourage you, all those of you who raised your hand, to integrate AI into your coursework and continually update your skills. Stay ahead of the curve and be fearless. Don't be afraid. Fearless. The teaching profession will always be with us. Your jobs will not be overtaken by AI. Teachers are probably the safest job category now for the future. Avatars cannot replace real teachers. Avatars don't have the empathy, the caring, and the compassion that students need in their educational experience that real teachers can give them. So faculty, as you embrace AI, you'll begin, and I've seen this, we've had a nice session this morning with your colleague from Zimbabwe. Is he here? Oh, you're way back. He presented a nice comparative study between Kenya and Zimbabwe, and I hope that will open the cooperation between your two universities, because you have a lot to learn from Zimbabwe, and Zimbabwe has from you, and that you can continue the exchange between the two universities and propel AI in Zimbabwe as we're starting to do here. So as you embrace AI, all faculty members, you will help shape the future of higher education in Kenya and beyond, as this example with Zimbabwe. Be AI trailblazers. Don't be fearless. Let's invent the future that is sustainable, equitable, and prosperous for all. Thank you once again for your participation, and I now have the honor to declare this conference. Thank you.
You know, when things are too good, people don't even want to move. So, John, you take us to the next phase.
I don't know who taught us to clap while tapping. Last time when we had an event at the auditorium. Was it Koech? Or Korir, rather. Is he here? Who? Dr. Chege. There was that clapping where we were tapping. I want somebody to volunteer and come and do that one. It was done by one of our faculty members. I can't see him here. I think it's Korir. Who can remember? And would want to show us as a way of appreciating our chancellor. Who? Barak. Who? Kanyi. Kanyi, where are you? You've been nominated that you learned how to do it very fast. Maybe you even used artificial intelligence to learn. Yeah. So I want us to appreciate the Chancellor in a special way, as Kanyi is going to demonstrate to us.
Maybe I may introduce mine that I have innovated today, and this is how we are going to do it.
Thank you, Bwana Kanyi, for that. And thank you to all our speakers. And we are now going to the most important part of the event, where we are also going to award categories of those people who have won from different areas. But before we do that, I would want to acknowledge the exhibitors who are here. When I read out your company name, just please raise up your hand so that we can appreciate you. ABSA, hata mnaweza simama kidogo tu mahali mko watu wa ABSA, tuwaone, let us give them one. Meta Club. Meta, these are the people who took people to another world, or they're in that world already. Meta, we can appreciate them in their absentia. Dream Educators Agency. Dream Educators, oh wow, a nice team right behind. Thank you. Agri Nutrition. There they are. Peupe Technologies. Peupe, there they are. Thank you very much. Green Pencils Limited. Green Pencils. Yeah. By the way, you should get that pencil, because I am told after stopping to use it, it can become, is it sukuma wiki or spinach? Yeah, so I have not understood whether that is technology or it is miracles, but I want you to go and find out. ICA Lion Group, Team ICA, very good. There are very many. Yeah, go and get financial advice from them. ICT Authority. Are we here? Okay, we can appreciate them in absentia. Drip Master East Africa. Okay, here they are. Thank you very much. TechWin Limited, our sister company. Yeah, very well. These guys have been giving our engineering students a very good learning opportunity, so we appreciate that. Kenya Climate Innovation Center, KCIC, very good. Our very, very good partners, and I hope I have not left any of the exhibitors. Our student exhibitors, please stand up, all the student exhibitors. Our student exhibitors. Let us appreciate them. Thank you very much. And of course, I have to be selfish. All the people from marketing who are managing the marketing tent or the exhibition for the marketing department, please stand up so that we can appreciate for you. Or you are standing up already. Where are you? Sirengo and your team. Oh. Sirengo was busy explaining to the CS what he does in the sports team, and the CS was actually very impressed with what we are doing. To the student exhibitors, the people from the CS office called me after the event. If you have been to the CS's social media, you will see. She could not believe that she was getting to hear those kinds from this institution and from you students. They were very, very impressed. She's happy to have left the office after you guys inspiring her. Please appreciate yourselves. By the way, those were the awards. Those were the awards. That's what exactly they called me to tell me. I'm just about to announce about lunch. But before I announce about lunch, let me go to another. We had faculty exhibitors. Sorry, how can I even forget? Faculty exhibitors? Okay, let's start with the faculty exhibitors, then we come to paper present. Faculty exhibitors? Faculty? Or they are still exhibiting? Okay, we can appreciate them in absentia. Faculty presenters, the paper presenters. Simameni bwana. Yeah. Let us see all of you standing, you know. Yeah, very well, very well. Very well, thank you very much, including all the students from the various schools. Now we want to recognize different categories and award them, and we shall start with the, Abby, have you shared the list? Abby Christine? Okay. I think it has been adjusted, Esther. You need to share with me the updated one. Abby had added some categories. So I work with that one. Sorry, we are just consulting, but unfortunately I'm consulting on the mic. But in Zetech University, we work as a team. I'm just exercising one of our core values. All right, so we want to award the best innovation. The best innovation. Can you guys make a guess? Can you guys make a guess on what was the best innovation? Who wants to make a guess? Oh, you said it on WhatsApp. It was Ecomobilas. Ecomobilas by Professor Gitau Kamau and Paul Wawero. Where are they? Please come forward, Professor Gitau Kamau, Paul Wawero from Ecomobilas. Are they here? I thought I saw Professor at some point. Are they here? You are representing them. Please come. Yeah, please come if you are representing them. The people who are representing Ecomobilas, come, and I want to request that the Vice Chancellor and the Chancellor and the DVC to come forward to give this gift to the team. So, can I get the token? Julian and team. Esther, can I get the token for the Ecomobilas team? Odinga. It is here. Yes, so the team Ecomobilas on e-mobility, please come at the center. So come on this side, so that you are close to the, yes. So let us appreciate that team. She is Kandie. Yeah, so you guys can start now on a straight line and take a photo. Prof, you can lean back to the, yes, like that. Yeah, then so that we take a photo. Smile at the camera. Yeah, I know it is lunchtime. Those are difficult things to do. Thank you very much. Ecomobilers, you can take your seats. I ask my awarders to remain there. We go to the next category. Then we have the best startup. Best startup is Agri-Nutrition. Agri-Nutrition are the winners for this category. Please come and receive your token. With you, we feel like the food security issue is addressed, and we are very happy about that. So let's continue clapping for them. Yeah. Yeah. You keep clapping until it is your time. Next time it will be you we are clapping for. Yeah, very good. Very good. Thank you very much. And congratulations. Congratulations. Agri-Nutrition. And there you go. Yeah. Well, and then you pose for the photo. Just stand there and pose for the photo. Yeah. Very well. Thank you very much. You may take your seat. Let me remain with my team. Then last and not least is the best student exhibitor. Best student exhibitor, Mike Francis Nganga. Mike Francis Nganga. Let us appreciate one of our own. Even when I didn't know he was going to win when I called him out, but the judges have declared that he's the one who is winning. Hiyo mtihani ya NEC is